Live from Arkansas's streaming news leader, this is THV 11 Morning News at 7:30 on THV 11 Plus.
And here we are. Good morning. I'm Karen Fuller with meteorologist Tracy Bean and traffic with Ashley King. The all girls today. Hayden is off. He will be back. I think he has another couple of days off next week. I'm not sure.
Really? He's not back on Monday?
Well, good for him. Well, yeah, may drag him out of bed and tell him to come on in.
Good for you. I know. I hope he's enjoying
the
his time
weather's
off.
been great for the latter part of the week.
That's right.
Yeah, it has been. And when I keep mentioning it, but it's just worth mentioning that Monday and Tuesday we had 100-degree plus temperatures.
And now we feel like it never happened.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems like it was weeks ago, but it was actually just a couple of days ago.
What we're feeling in the afternoons is similar to what we were feeling when I was letting my dogs out super early in the morning.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. Well, they say what a difference a day makes. And in Arkansas weather, that's pretty
You can really tell when it's going to be hot and humid when you open that door.
Oh, yeah.
And you let the dogs out in the morning and you get hit with that.
You just step out in it and feel like you're swimming. So even with these cooler temperatures now, we're going to see some even cooler temperatures next week. So good news. Traffic's doing good. Weather's doing great.
Let's just keep our fingers crossed that it remains good. We know what the weather is going to do. Okay, no surprises. Tracy's here to tell us, but traffic could be a huge surprise.
There's no forecasting science.
There's no forecasting what everyone is going to do on the roadways. We are seeing that it looks pretty good right now, but we are starting to have some slowdowns on I-30, which is what we usually start seeing this time of day. So that is not unusual. We could pretty much predict that that's going to happen just after 7. But hopefully that will be, that won't be a major issue. I mean, it's just a little bit slow. We all know that happens there on I-30 around the Bryant Parkway exit and when you're getting close to the interchange there. But that's really the only thing that we're seeing right now. Otherwise, just a beautiful sunrise. That sun looks hot, even though it's not too bad this morning. It's just a very bright sun. We're looking at 6:30. You can see the state capitol there in the background. And volume is not too heavy right now going eastbound into downtown Little Rock, but we're going to keep an eye on that, Tracy, to make sure that it doesn't pick up, and I'll do my best to make sure that you get where you need to be on time this morning.
Oh, that's good news. It's going to be a great day ahead. We still got a little northerly breeze out there. The winds are picking up just a little bit, but again, not too crazy this morning. A whole lot of sunshine today. We've got that frontal boundary that's to our south, and as we're looking out, again, not a lot of clouds in the sky either. We're going to continue to see these temperatures be very reasonable and manageable as we're heading into the afternoon. It is currently 71 degrees. Not worried about heat index today. No heat alerts across the state, and that breeze, as I mentioned, east-northeast around 7 miles per hour. So at least it's moving things around a little bit. And your day hour by hour includes a whole bunch of sunshine. It is going to be fantastic. We are looking for a high today in the lower 90s, but again, not too worried about that heat index value. And we are looking at no triple digits across the state today. I'm happy about that for sure. We've got a few 80s to our north, and we're going to continue to see 93 here in central Arkansas. And this weekend, we're going to see around 94, but that lower humidity is keeping things feeling really nice out there. But we do need to talk about the burn bans. We still need a lot of rain to go ahead and make this just a little bit better and get some relief. But right now we're not seeing in central Arkansas, Pulaski, Saline, Garland, or Lonoke County in that. However, we are going to have to keep an eye on this, especially as we're heading into the weekend. We may see some of those county judges go ahead and put a few more counties under this ban. So I'll keep an eye on this and let you know if anything changes. But overall, it's going to be a great day ahead. Make sure you get out and enjoy today and the weekend.
We're starting this morning with a THV 11 update. Police make another arrest in the death of a teenager from Camden. 18-year-old Tristan Powell is now facing charges connected to the killing of Braden Roberson last month. Investigators say Powell is charged with hindering apprehension or prosecution. 3 other suspects are already charged with capital murder after search teams discovered Roberson's body in a remote area of Ouachita County. A Russellville couple is facing new charges this morning in a tragic case involving their young son. 39-year-old Chris Freeman and 27-year-old Caitlin Freeman were initially accused of torturing their 7-year-old child. Prosecutors have now added charges of attempted capital murder, evidence tampering, kidnapping, and endangering the welfare of a minor, according to Pope County court records. Both are being held on a $100,000 bond. The couple is set to appear in court for a pretrial hearing September 29th. And we have another update this morning. Crews have repaired a section of the Dardanelle Lock and Dam. The spillway gate jammed Tuesday, shutting down part of the Arkansas River barge traffic until late last night. The Army Corps of Engineers releasing that video showing the gate back in operation. River traffic is now moving again as crews are working with emergency officials and navigation partners. Local faith leaders are urging Governor Sanders to reconsider Act 302, Arkansas's new law allowing nitrogen gas executions. The law took effect August 5th and requires death row inmates to breathe pure nitrogen, cutting off their oxygen. Supporters argue it's justice for taking a life, but opponents, including some clergy, call it inhumane and say the state should focus instead on helping victims with healing and recovery.
We want to be clear that we know heinous acts of violence are committed in this state, and the perpetrators of those acts should be held accountable for the sake of the common good. But when we respond to violence and death with more violence and death, even the state-sponsored sort, then we perpetuate the cycle rather than break it. The governor's office tells us she will be, quote, thoughtful and deliberative in each case while enforcing Arkansas law. Governor Sanders and the Arkansas Economic Development Commission are announcing nearly $12 million in community funding across the state. The money comes through 65 grants that will support projects ranging from critical infrastructure to parks and walking trails. The governor says these investments will strengthen communities and improve the quality of life for Arkansans. And developing this morning, a UAMS program designed to expand digital health has received a federal grant of $1.3 million. The South Central Telehealth Resource Center will use the funding to train providers and expand access to care in rural areas across Arkansas, Mississippi, and Tennessee. The grant will provide more than $300,000 a year through 2029. The program offers online tools and patient-friendly resources to make virtual visits easier. Leaders say the funding ensures providers in underserved communities have the support they need to reach patients who can't always make it to the doctor's office. And following efforts to expand healthcare access, Arkansas Children's and the State Attorney General's office are joining forces to tackle the opioid crisis. Construction is underway on this 65,000 square foot research center to be on the Little Rock campus, focusing on how opioids impact babies, children, and families. The center is scheduled to open in 2027, combining research, prevention, and community outreach all under one roof. Happening today, if you happen to have a warrant in Faulkner County and your case falls under Judge David Hogue, you may have a chance to resolve it today without an arrest. It's part of Division II's Warrant Add-on Day, a push to clear nonviolent cases from the system. Warrant Add-on Day gives people with misdemeanors like domestic battery, assault, drug or traffic violations a chance to address their cases without jail time. This only applies to cases in Division II under Judge Hogue. You must arrive at the Jack Roberts District Court by 8:15 this morning. The Sheriff's Office says it's an effective way to clear bed space in the county jails.
You know, all across the state, all sheriff's offices are battling capacity issues. So being able to get these taken care of on these warrant add-on days helps us as sheriff's office not to take up the bed space that we may need for violent offenders in the county.
Before you show up, you're to call the courthouse or visit arcourtconnect.com to confirm eligibility. No cell phones are allowed. A dress code will be enforced, so no shorts or tank tops. If you miss it today, the next opportunity is September 3rd. Also today, Lyle Menendez will make his case for parole 30 years after he and his brother Eric were sentenced for the murder of their parents. The hearing comes a day after a California board denied Eric's request for release. CBS correspondent Jared Hill has the latest.
Staring at a computer, Eric Menendez denied parole by a California board late Thursday. Today, his older brother Lyle gets his turn to argue for freedom.
We received a call on our 911 emergency line from the residents.
In 1996, the brothers were convicted of killing their parents with a shotgun in their Beverly Hills home 7 years before. At the time of the murders, Lyle was 21, Eric 18. They've spent the last 30 years in prison, but after recent intense public attention and discussion of new evidence of abuse, the parole hearings opened a possible pathway to freedom. The Los Angeles District Attorney is against their release, saying earlier this year that the brothers haven't taken full responsibility for their crime.
If and when they do come fully clean, I believe that the parole board should very well consider them as eligible for parole.
Some of the brothers' relatives have backed their push for parole, saying they've shown remorse and a commitment to rehabilitation. A cousin, after a judge reduced their sentence in May, making them eligible for parole.
They chose to live their lives with clarity and a purpose of service that the judge was impressed by.
Governor Gavin Newsom, who'd make the final decision on Lyle's release, says it'll be based on the facts.
I have not watched anything that has come out on the Menendez brothers, and I very intentionally avoided that in expectation and anticipation that this might land on my desk.
The brothers have tried to demonstrate their rehabilitation in different ways, which could affect the board's decision. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Back here at home, let's go to Ashley King now with a check of the roads this morning.
Hey, good morning, Karen. Yeah, looking at traffic right now, we're starting to see some congestion on the roads. It is 7:12, so this time of day it starts to get a little bit busy. It's just your normal slowdowns right now. So we're looking at I-30 there around the Bryant Parkway exit. We'll get a closer look at what's happening there. It's moving pretty slow. At just 37 miles per hour to 39 miles per hour on 30 eastbound. So that is typical for this time of day. We are seeing unusual slowdown, I guess you could say. Here at 30 eastbound, it was doing this yesterday right before the South Terminal interchange too, where it was moving a little bit slow. Not too bad, but it is going at 46 miles per hour. And let's get a look at that area I-30 that I was talking about. You can see the congestion on the roadway. This is the Alexander exit. It is moving. It's just there are a lot of cars on the road, Tracy, so it is causing it to slow down just a little bit. And we're going to get a look at some drive times coming up in just a few minutes, but the weather is absolutely great.
It's great. Yeah, and we aren't looking for any rain to impact our drive this morning, so that's good news. And just taking a look at our temperatures, 93 for a high today, 94 for both Saturday and Sunday, but all 3 days we're going to see that lower humidity, so it'll feel nice out there. But you'll notice that lack of rainfall in all 3 days. This was just updated yesterday. Our drought monitor across the state, we saw an increased area here of this moderate risk, this tan, which includes central Arkansas, and again that severe around Batesville and around Pine Bluff as well. So we're continuing to see these very dry conditions, and this is what we have right now for burn bans. But I anticipate as we're heading into the weekend, we may see a few more county judges add more counties, but central Arkansas not included in that just yet. But again, keep an eye on this today because even if you're not listed in that burn ban county, that red, we are all under this moderate risk for wildfire danger. So it's still very dry out there, and we need a good soaking rain to really make a good dent in all of that. And I don't know that we're going to get it next week, but it will help. We'll take any rain that we can get, but it's going to remain dry through the weekend, and then we'll start to see a frontal boundary pushing in early next week, and that's going to give us the next chance for a little more rain across the state. I think most of that rain will be more in the southern portion of the state. We could see some here in central Arkansas as well. We're still kind of waiting to see exactly where that frontal boundary is going to land and where we're going to see a lot of those pop-up storms as well. But we will take any rain we can get, as I mentioned, but the weather impact is not too bad. We are just looking at a little bit warmer weekend, but less humid conditions through today. And again, weekend warm up just a little bit, but those showers and cooler temperatures next week means we're going to see 80s all next week, but also a little bit of rain. So not too bad of a forecast, but overall things are good. So make sure you get outside and enjoy the weekend.